Hi everybody, I am an IELTS instructor with more than 7 years of teaching experience, and now I'm gonna show you how to solve IELTS reading matching headings questions. This video is not only about tips and techniques, but also I'm going to show you a step-by-step analysis of matching headings questions together with an example. Let's get started. If you have matching headings with paragraphs, questions in the passage which you're solving, you should always start with this type of questions because matching headings with paragraphs will help you to get an overall idea of what the passage is about. And this will be really helpful when you are trying to solve all the questions given in the same passage. According to the level of difficulty, matching headings questions fall into two types. The first type is vocabulary-based questions. What I mean by this, in order to solve vocabulary-based heading questions, you have to read the paragraph very carefully in order to locate synonyms of the keywords given in the headings. And this type of heading questions is considered much easier in comparison with the second type, which are meaning-based heading questions. In order to solve meaning-based heading questions, you cannot use the synonyms, you cannot find the synonyms of the keywords given in the headings. What you have to do is to read the paragraph very carefully, to understand the overall meaning of it, to get the gist of it, and then you're able to match the suitable heading for this paragraph. Fortunately, vocabulary-based questions are given more often than meaning-based heading questions. Let's say you are given 8 questions and all of them are matching headings, and usually 6 out of 8 questions are vocabulary-based heading questions. And the remaining 2 questions, you cannot find the synonyms of the keywords, but you have to understand the overall meaning of the paragraph. Let's start from vocabulary-based heading questions. In order to answer vocabulary-based heading questions, you have to read first and second sentences of the paragraph and the last sentence of the paragraph very carefully. Because the first 2 sentences are usually introduction to the paragraph and the last sentence is the conclusion of this paragraph. And writers usually state the main idea of the paragraph at the beginning in introduction or at the end in conclusion. That's why read the first 2 sentences and the last sentence very carefully in order to find the synonyms of the keywords given in the headings. But you won't be able to find exact synonyms within paragraphs every time. Because as I mentioned above, some heading questions in IELTS reading passages are meaning-based. Let's say you read the whole paragraph but you couldn't locate any synonyms within the paragraph. And probably in this case, the answer to this paragraph is based on its meaning, not the vocabulary. In such cases, you need to try to answer questions like, what is the paragraph about? What is the overall meaning of the paragraph? And what is the writer trying to say to the reader? In order to do this, pay attention to linking words like so, thus, therefore, or but, yet, however, because such linking words come in handy to understand the direction of the meaning within the paragraph. Words like thus, therefore, so show the conclusion of the writer, the final idea, and words like but, yet, however, will show the writer is changing the meaning of the paragraph to the opposite one. Here is one time management tip for you. Matching headings questions are not the only questions which are given for IELTS reading passages, and usually after heading questions you are given true, false, not given or gap-filling questions. As soon as you read one paragraph and choose a suitable heading for this paragraph, look at the other types of questions given for this passage. Let's say you read paragraph A and you've already chosen a suitable heading. And now look at the next questions given in this paragraph. Look at the first questions in gap filling or true false not given and check whether you're able to answer this question using the information given in the first paragraph. In this way, you will be able to save your time greatly in the real IELTS exam. Now, let's read one IELTS reading paragraph together and we'll try to match a suitable heading for this paragraph. Look at the example paragraph. The passage is called The Lost City. An explorer's encounter with the ruined city of Machu Picchu, the most famous icon of the Inca civilization. Paragraph A. When the U.S. explorer and academic Hiram Bingham arrived in South America in 1911, he was ready for what was to be the great achievement of his life. The exploration of the remote hinterland to the west of Cusco, the old capital of the Inca Empire in the Andes Mountains of Peru. His goal was to locate the remains of a city called Vitcos, the last capital of the Inca civilization. Till this part of the paragraph, they are giving us a general information about an explorer called Hiram Bingham and about how he started his journey to the old capital of the Inca Empire. And in the last sentence, we are given information about his goal of going to this place. Let's highlight this part. Cusco lies on a high plateau at an elevation of more than 3,000 meters, and Bingham's plan was to descend from this plateau along the valley of the Urubamba River, which takes a circuitous route down to the Amazon and passes through an area of dramatic canyons and mountain ranges. Again, in the second part of this paragraph, we are given information about Bingham's plan. Here is the keyword which you can see. Let's highlight it. They give some extra information about the description of this place, but still, the focus of the second part of this paragraph is the plan of Bingham. Which part of the valley does he want to go? This is the main idea. Now, look at the headings. First, different accounts of the same journey. Account, it means description. Different descriptions. We don't have any information about different descriptions. Second, Bingham gains support. We don't have information about support. Third, a common belief. We didn't read anything about a common belief. Fourth, the aim of the trip. This is the correct heading for paragraph A because both parts of paragraph A are giving information about the aim of Bingham. So 4 is the correct answer for paragraph A. Now, let's solve one more paragraph together. Paragraph B. This paragraph is much shorter than the first paragraph. When Bingham and his team set off down the Urubamba in late July, they had an advantage over travelers who had preceded them. A truck had recently been blasted down the valley canyon to enable rubber to be brought up by mules from the jungle. So in the first sentence of this paragraph, they are telling us about one advantage which Bingham and his team had over other groups of explorers. Their advantage is that a track had been blasted. Track, it means a rough road. Blast, it means destroyed. So before this team came, a rough road had been destroyed in order to transport rubber by mules from the jungle. Rubber is a type of material and mules are a type of animals which are used for transportation. Almost all previous travelers had left the river at Ollantaytambo and taken a high pass across the mountains to rejoin the river lower down, thereby cutting a substantial corner, but also therefore never passing through the area around Machu Picchu. The second paragraph is giving information about previous travelers. Previous travelers had to leave the river and they had to take a high pass because of the rough road mentioned in the first sentence, and as a result, they never had the chance to see the area around Machu Picchu. B paragraph is about an advantage which Bingham and his team had over all the previous explorers. Now, look at the headings. The first heading is not suitable because we don't have any information about different accounts of the same journey. Second, also not suitable because we don't have information about support for Bingham. A common belief is not given in paragraph B. Fifth, a dramatic description. We don't have any description in this paragraph. Sixth, a new route. This option is the most suitable one for paragraph B because in paragraph B we read information about a new route which was an advantage for Bingham and his team, and previous travelers didn't have this new route. The answer is 6. Thank you very much for watching the video. We've come to the end of it. If you liked the video, please support me by subscribing to my channel and don't forget to hit the like button for this video. Once again, thank you very much for watching the video and see you in my future videos.